Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Handington, and today I'm reviewing something that is near and dear to the hearts of many.
Please let this be a normal field trip!
One of the first things that comes to mind when you think edutainment is this beloved classic. For those of you who don't know, The Magic School Bus started off as a book series written by Joanna Cole and illustrated by Bruce Deegan back in 1986. The series was published by Scholastic Books and became a gigantic success among both kids and adults. It sold millions of copies worldwide and ended up in libraries and schools everywhere. Heck, kids even read the books at home in their own time. When you make something that gets kids to want to learn in their free time, you've done something truly magical. I even still have most of the books from when I was little. They're all in pretty good condition. I mean, it doesn't quite show as well in here, but they're like virtually brand new. I took really good care of my books when I was little. Yep, I'm very proud of all of the ones that I still have. Anyway, due to its success, Scholastic and the National Science Foundation funded for a TV show to be made, which ran from 1994 to 1997. The show showed viewers science in a way unlike textbook renditions and pictures could. A fun cast of characters going on wondrous yet peril-filled adventures? What's not to love? The show continued to be rerun on many different stations for years afterwards. And unlike the fate of many other educational kids' TV shows, lost to the vast ocean of obscurity, School Bus managed to stay afloat. In fact, 20 years after its cancellation, it even got a reboot. That's been in development for quite some time now, I might add, called The Magic School Bus Rides Again. However, I'm not here to review that show. I haven't even watched it yet. The Magic School Bus was about, well, an enchanted vehicle used for transporting children in the name of education. Kind of obvious in the title. The show follows the teacher of the class bringing her students on field trips that transform the bus and the students to learn all about science phenomena up close and personal. The teacher, named Miss Valerie Frizzle, aka the Frizz, was voiced by the talented Lily Tomlin. Joanna Cole based her, not Lily Tomlin but Miss Frizzle, off of a real-life teacher she had, as well as part of her own personality. She also came up with her name when one day drizzling rain made her perm frizzy, thus fusing the two together to make Frizzle. Yeah, that's actually the origin of her name. No joke. Here, look. This is from an actual interview with Joanna and Bruce. Miss Frizzle is a fun-loving, pun-loving, happy, eccentric, caring, weird, brave, clever, energetic, smart, patient, easygoing, flamboyant, awesome, and talented character that everyone is happy to see. She also has a pet lizard named Liz, who's a helpful companion. Now, to diverge for a moment, I'm going to talk about the class as a whole. See, in the books, the Frizz had about 20 students over the course of the series. I mean, look at this. Look at all the kids in that bus. Most of them don't even have faces. When they do, it's just horrifying blobs. They were mostly bland and shared a generic personality like some sort of freaky collective. Bruce designed them off of pictures of kids from his son's school. Horrifying blobs. And Joanna named them. While some kids from the show were seen from time to time, like Ralphie or Dorothy Ann, they weren't as memorable as they were in the series. They whittled down the number of students to 8 to make them from a hive mind into individuals, unlike in the books. Save for one in particular. Arnold. He's the side of us that would be reluctant to go on these life-threatening adventures and rather be doing anything else. He was born from a random name for a word bubble in the book, where Miss Frizzle said, to no one in particular then, "Are you listening, Arnold?" Being so relatable, he became popular with kids that wrote into Joanna and Deegan, and they decided to make him more developed. His design and catchphrase,
Maybe I should have stayed home today,
were based on the real best friend of Deegan's son, even down to the polo shirt with the white and yellow stripes. To think the most memorable student just sorta happened. Now, on to the rest of the memes! Phoebe was the new kid on the block, and known for her catchphrase,
Miss Frizzle at my old school.
and saying the difference between it and whatever they were doing at the moment. She was kind, shy, and really loved animals. Arnold and her were my favorites, as well as one who I'll get to later. Anyway, next up is Dorothy Ann, or DA if you will. She's always reciting information from the books she keeps in her utility belt-esque pink bag. Seriously, what's up with that? It always has books relevant to the lesson of the day, even when they're doing something that's just sprung on them at the last minute.
Closed today.
Oh no!
She took over the role of these note sections that used to appear in all of the original books, but not before reciting her famous phrase,
And according to my research,
Next up is Ralphie, the athletic one. He jumps into things without thinking too much about it, and usually points out when the class is in trouble, starting with,
is it just me? Or
Wanda's next, the one with the most boisterous personality. She's the tough tomboy of the group, and is completely on board with whatever's going down, while she can be a bit bossy, and pushes her friends to be more outgoing.
come on, you Weasley wimps!
She does really care about them. She's also the first one to panic.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
2 kids were made up specifically for this show, these being Keisha and Carlos. Now, as a kid, I always remembered Keisha's name by thinking of quiches. Quiches. Keisha was the most practical, realistic one of the group, and was also the most sarcastic. Like Wanda, she's also quick to panic.
Oh, bad. Oh, bad, bad, bad,
Bad jokes? Carlos has you covered. Mainly known as the class clown, his witticisms caused everyone to groan the iconic phrase,
Carlos!
However, Miss Frizzle, a joke enthusiast herself, enjoys his humor and usually encourages it. He loves puns and wears a blue hoodie? Everyone else in the class has something memorable about him. You'd know who they were even if you couldn't remember their names. But Tim... he's supposed to be good with art and stuff, but I can't even remember his catchphrase. And in a show where everyone has catchphrases, that's not good. He's so forgotten that his last name doesn't even appear on the Wikipedia page. I mean, seriously, look here. So, yeah, look at this. The list of all the characters, well, besides Liz, of course, everyone has a last name here. All of them has some other last name. And would you look at that? Timothy Tim. Oh my gosh. Unless, of course, he's like a Mario thing going on. Mario, Timothy Tim, whatever. And that's all the kids who matter. Well, that was a lot to cover. But now that we've moved all of that out of the way, we can focus on the final most important thing. The super awesome theme song!
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you'll see it.
This fantastic intro is probably the most well-remembered part of the show, and became a member of the Catchy Kid Theme Songs Club, along with...
Every day when you're walking down the street,
Cyber check, we're moving. We're beating hacker at his game.
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
Zooming through the sky, little Einsteins.
The song was composed by Peter Lorre, who you may recognize as the same guy who made... But what's more impressive is who they actually got to sing it. Little Richie! The influential rock, hip-hop, and soul artist from the 50s. The guy that sang that song at the beginning of Brave Little Toaster? So let's begin. Slow down, Frizzle, you're gonna hit the kids! All the students jump when the bus shows up since their fight-or-flight reflexes say it's gonna kill you!
Please let this be a normal field trip. With a friend? No way!
Okay, a simple wrong would have done just fine, but...
Next, we can see that this boy clearly has the right idea, as he's praying that they don't have to go anywhere with this mad woman. Literally, his hands are folded in a prayer-like state. He's such a defeated human that he has no option but to call upon the power of the good Lord for help.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Lastly, they obviously don't listen to Miss Frizzle. I mean, she gave them all one task. One task to follow, and they couldn't even do that. You know what it is? There. Arnold's the only one wearing a seatbelt, Well, everyone stood up to chant at him instead of following safety protocol. Well, almost everyone. VA isn't anywhere in the shot. Maybe she's just the only other one wearing a seatbelt. So, since I've milked the first 8 seconds of this song more than a cowhand does for a living, I think it's time to move on to the lyrics.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And the strange thing is, while I've listened to this song more times than I've gotten haircuts, I still have no idea what the lyrics are. Now, I'm not discrediting Little Richie or anything. I mean, this is just a thing with me. So, unlike the way I'd normally do a song review, this one is going to be mostly going off of what I misheard as a kid, mixed with some stuff I mishear now.
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you're seeing octopus in my neighborhood, surfing on the sound wave. Swinging through the stars, take a left at your intestine, pick your second right past Mars on the magic scuba, alligator nostril, climb on the magic scuba, spank a plankton too, take that, on our magic scuba, stop the river of lava.
Stop! Okay, hold on a moment. The bus is enjoying that lava way more than it should be. Arnold is rightfully terrified, Phoebe's oblivious, Tim is always watching, and Keisha... Oh, that face belongs in a fine art museum.
Just to make your day complete, you might get baked into a pie.
Billy, no!
On the magic scuba, step inside, it's a wild ride. Come on, ride on the magic scuba.
We're all gonna die.
Well, whatever's being said, one thing remains clear. It's quite pleasant. And that's it for this review. If you like what I do, don't be shy to give a thumbs up. Have a pleasant day, and this is Handington, signing off. Bye!
I baked you a pie.
Oh boy, what flavor?
Pie flavor.